Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you today with today's Deep 3. How are you everyone? It is the second day of January, the second day of the new year. Hangovers ought to officially be done by now. Everybody have a great New Year's Day and get to watch a little football, eat some leftovers, maybe a little hair of the dog, perhaps a mimosa or a Bloody Mary or two to start the day the right way. Whatever it is, I hope it worked out for you and we're ready to rock and roll today. As always, we want to know what you're on. Let us know in the comment section what games you're playing. Tailing the Deep 3, fading the Deep 3, whatever it is, whatever you got worked up on your own. Please put your picks in the comment section. Help us out. I know I have a lot of fine cappers out there that love seeing your picks. We have a couple of NBA snipers, some good hockey people, and of course, I always got C-Dub and Carrot with a little soccer action. We've got all the bases covered there, and we always appreciate letting us know what you're on. And of course, don't forget to check out winnersandwhiners.com and statsalt.com. Deep dives into every game going on in America every single day. That's right, every game, every day, always free. Winnersandwhiners.com and our sister site, statsalt.com as well. All right, so a quick recap of yesterday. Got started off the year on the right note as far as the Deep 3 goes. Did have Alabama to cover the number, Oregon to beat the number, and they did, actually winning that one outright. And got a little gift there in the nightcap, as Georgia inexplicably decided to go for 2 right before halftime. Did a little quick math in my head, and I said, hey, you know what? If they don't make this, that could certainly come in handy. Guess what? They didn't, and it did. As they ended up at 19 at halftime, they put up 3 more touchdowns in the second half. Well, that just brought the total to 40. Really close to 41. And there it stuck for the last quarter and a half. So it worked out very well for us as we do go 3-0 on the Deep 3. Premium still cold. We are chilly. We had the over in the Alabama game. Everything was right on track until they basically decided to try out the running game there for Michigan, even though they were about 2 touchdowns down in the second half. Jim Harbaugh, gotta love him. Got to love him. And that was pretty much the way that went. We also had Auburn to cover the number against Minnesota, and the Golden Gophers, they actually got up for that game. It was kind of give and take. Had a crucial stop. The Auburn was able to shut down the Golden Gophers. The Golden Gophers turned around, held Auburn to 3 and out, punted the ball away. Next play, 76-yard touchdown pass to break the tie, and Bob's your uncle. That game was over for us as well. So 3-0 on the Deep 3, 0-2 on the premium side, 3-2 overall. And let's get it fired up with the 2nd of January. Taking a look here in the Birmingham Bowl. That comes to us from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. No, it does not. It comes from Birmingham, Alabama, there at Legion Field. Its name is Legion, everyone. As the Boston College Eagles take on the Cincinnati Bearcats. Boston College, 7.5-point doggy in this one. You know, these are 2 teams that have done very well against weaker competition. BC, they missed against Clemson, Notre Dame, and Florida State. The one outlier in all this was the KU game at home where they fell apart in the second quarter and never got it back. That was actually one of the most inexplicable upsets of the entire season as KU won their first road football game, I believe since 1962. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that. They also Boston College also beat Richmond by 32 with a 33.5-point spread. You know, I throw those out. That's so many things go wrong with that 33.5-point spread. We don't have anything like that here. So they ended up going 6-2 as a dog. Now Cincinnati, well, they were 8-5 against the spread, but they're just 5-4 as a favorite. And the defense, well, they get them the win, but the offense, they are not consistent enough to put the points up to cover. Same thing happens in this one. I think it's the same thing that's happened to Cincinnati throughout the season. I think we've got a case again here today. BC, even though they're going to be without their lead running back, they're still going to run the ball. They've got a kid in there. He's 6'1", 240, and he is a bowling ball, and he's got fresh legs. Just carried the ball 140 times this season, and they are going to rely on him like a bell cow. Probably get him between 27 and 30 carries. The Bearcats' offense, well, it struggles, and in this game that's going to turn into a slog between these 2 defenses in the wind and the rain, I think 7.5 is just too many. Give me the howling dog in this one in the Boston College Eagles. And we're going to turn our attention to the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl as the Tennessee Volunteers take on the Indiana Hoosier Daddies. Tennessee is a 2.5-point favorite in this one. And this is an interesting team. This is a Vols team that was absolutely dead in the water in the first month of the season. They lost 4 of their first 5, including home losses to powerhouses like BYU and, even worse, Georgia State, a game that would come back to haunt us a couple days ago, as I actually gave Georgia State a little credit for beating Tennessee. They deserved none, by the way, absolutely zero. But Tennessee ultimately figured it out on offense. They won 6 of their last 7, and they lost what was the only loss in that stretch. Was a mostly competitive game against Alabama, where they were actually going in for I don't remember if it was the tying score just to get them close. They fumbled the ball at the goal line. Alabama scooped and scored, and it turned it completely around. But they, I think for about 3 quarters, gave Alabama just about all they wanted. This is an Indiana team that they do one thing. They really need to run the ball to win the game. They went 0-4 when they failed to run for 100 yards on the ground. And the Vols' rush defense has been pretty stout, especially lately. They played well down the stretch. They've given up 110 yards or less to 5 in their last 5, except for that Kentucky team that attempted just 7 passes. And Kentucky did put up a nice total on them. But I think Kentucky runs the ball well against everybody because, again, that's all they do. The Hoosiers, again, another team that beat up on the Little Sisters of the Poor. They were 0-4 against bowl teams this season. And tonight, well, they get to play another bowl team. See how that works out? I think it's going to go just about the same. Give me the Tennessee Volunteers as they volunteer to get the win against the Indiana Hoosiers. Tennessee minus the 2.5. And we are going to turn our attention to college basketball, as what should be quite a defensive struggle here between Central Arkansas and Houston Baptist. Looking at a total of 178.5. Here's a question for you guys. What happens when the worst and third worst defensive teams in D1 play each other? Well, of course, you got to play the under. I'm kidding. These two teams, they are, a lot of ways, they're very, very similar. They are number 1 and 2 in possessions per game. And what that means is they don't shoot very well. So they both play like they can't wait to just jack up another terrible shot and then hustle down the court to let the other team score. That is quite a defensive strategy. Surprise, they're both terrible on defense. Although the way Houston Baptist defends, that might be an insult to the teams that are just merely terrible on defense. The Huskies, well, they are dead last in opponents' field goal percentage, allowing whoever they play to come in there and shoot 55.4% from the field, which makes the 302nd ranked Central Arkansas Bears and their 47.2% allowed look like the Virginia Cavaliers defense. Guys, I don't love either one of these offenses, but their defenses are just dreadful. And like I said, they don't shoot well, but at least they get the ball a lot. And ultimately, it will go in enough against these awful defenses to get this total up and over the 178. So give me Central Arkansas, Houston Baptist over 178.5. That's right, 178.5. And second bowl game, we're going to go Tennessee Volunteers minus the 2.5, and we will start our day with the Boston College Eagles catching the 7 in the hook down there in the wind and the rain of Birmingham, Alabama. At the end of those 3, let's keep it going, guys. All just join together, pick up our winning tickets, and we will head back to the window. All right, everybody. Thanks very much for watching today. We appreciate it as always. One more time, if you would be so kind to give us a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Closing in on 7,000 subscribers, and we appreciate each and every one of you, especially as we pick up new ones every day. So no matter what happens, we'll meet back here tomorrow. We'll do what we do. We'll bitch about our bad beats. We'll brag about those fat stacks, and then be Thursday, be more football, getting ready to fire it up for the weekend, and it'll be we'll just coast right into the NFL. All right, where would you rather be? Seriously, guys, it's about to get fun here. So everybody join me tomorrow. We appreciate it. And good luck on all of your plays today. I'll see you guys back at the window. Take care.